Released in 2007 to Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, Assassin's Creed was praised by players and critics alike for its open-world parkour gameplay, story and acrobatic antics. Though the game's flaws, such as its repetitive information-gathering missions, didn't go unnoticed. That's what was said over 10 years ago. Now here's my take on the game. I myself played the game for the first time in 2014 on my desktop computer, and I was instantly pulled in. Well, not really instantly, more like a bit later pulled in, a bit delayed of a pull in, you know. Because I was cock-blocked by the godforsaken tutorial. It was a tutorial that just instantly tells you, oh, you want fun? Well, we ain't getting you fun. Anyhow, that's not what I'm talking about. Moving on. Because once you mastered it, you could just move on in the actual story of games. And the story is told through a more or less pointless framing device. You are Almond Milk, some dude in the present who is forced to... What? Desmond Miles? Whatever, nobody cared back then about what he was named. Anyway, you were forced to participate in an experiment that allows you to experience the lives of your ancestors. Namely, Ater Ibn Lahad. That's this white-robed dude here. And he's a member of the Assassin's Order, an Islamic sect of hitmen. Sort of. They killed people out of political or religious reasons. They were known for getting high before heading out on a mission, and they also tended to kill in public. Not stealthily in public, just really in public, walking up to someone, slitting his throat, running away. They existed from 1090 until approximately 1275 AC. The game took some liberties with the historical accuracy. The assassins are basically cool-looking killers with honor who only kill those who truly deserve it. You know, as if in how people throughout history didn't act. They were always killing one another left and right, like that's just how the world worked, and it still is, kinda. Anyhow, as I said, you play as Altair, and after receiving punishment for having caused the death of a comrade and the loss of another comrade's arm, you are being stripped of your rank, weapons, and respect. You now have to prove yourself as a true assassin as you eliminate 9 targets in 3 cities. First city, Damascus. The primarily Muslim city, in both population and architecture, you are required to climb quite a few mosques to get a good look of the city from up above. Acre, the primarily Christian city, once again, both in population and architecture, and yes, you get to climb quite a few churches here too. They even got like a huge cathedral that you can scale. Last but not least, Jerusalem, the divided city. The streets of all these cities are filled with citizens from all walks of life. Christians, Muslims, pagans, Jews. It fills the game with life in a way that's hard to replicate. Variety is reality, and reality is key to good immersion, something that this game understands fairly well. All of these massive maps are magnificently presented, with such love for detail that at times I couldn't help but lose myself in it all, like a Disney princess loses herself in some newly found love of the great white somewhere. Anyway, as I was saying, each of these 3 cities is divided into 3 districts, poor, middle and rich. For each of your 9 targets you must complete a set of information gathering missions such as eavesdropping, rooftop racing or escort missions in order to receive clearance on your targets. I gotta admit some of these missions are kind of boring, but not amazingly boring. Who are your targets? I can name them by name, save for 2, but by the fitting fake name that I gave them. Alright, here we go. Dude who accidentally poisoned a well, dude who poisoned a well on purpose, sadistic twat, archer dude with slaves, Dr. Crazy Pants, angry German kid, Miss Not My Target, MC Book Burner, King Richard's BFF, as well as Robert de Sable. Oh, and of course, Mystery Man. Who's that Templar? For each target, you get enough background information to not feel sorry for them once you kill them. However, they confess to you right as they die, so you get a bit of background information on what they really are like, and then you realize they weren't really bad people, it's just they were a bit misguided. You know how it amazingly always is. People aren't bad, people just have their own little moral codes, and to you, something that is amazingly immoral might be to another person a normal Sunday afternoon. back to the targets, because getting to them undetected is always the most intense part. It does require quite a bit of stealth from you. And when you strike with your hidden blade, you get this epic noise and also a rush of satisfaction if you manage to pull it off without alerting all the guards. But compared to the Hitman series, for example, well, if this was the level of skill and caution required to clear the stage with a silent assassin rating, and I'm talking blood money here, then this would be the level of stealthy skill required by Assassin's Creed 1. That's not to say that it's a bad thing, it's just fairly obvious that the game's focus clearly lies in the action and platforming department. Though, the action isn't quite the bee's knees either. Once you get to use your counter, you are basically untouchable. So even if you get caught by a guard, or like by a couple of guards, you just wait for each of them to attack you, and then watch them drop like flies. The climbing feels intriguingly satisfying. As you zip across the roofs, you move as smooth as a cat, most of the time. Before I forget about it, I might as well mention this eerie soundtrack by Jasper Kidd, who was also responsible for quite a few Hitman soundtracks. So in essence, Assassin's Creed is a typical first installment of a video game series, trying to be a jack of all trades, yet only being king of two of them and queen of two others. The music and storytelling are the queen-worthy disciplines, but it really shines in historic accuracy and coinciding atmosphere, in which you can literally climb around like a child on a playground. It's really a joy. Even the supposed repetition can't spoil this for me. AC1 had a layer of mystery to it that wasn't in any of the successor titles, and for that I hold it deeply within my heart as a very special gaming experience. Now, Assassin's Creed 2, on the other hand,